Hey guys, welcome to my world. I am so excited to finally be announcing the launch of my 5th Pro Pigment palette. This is what I like to call the Lilac palette. I can't believe it's been a full year since I've launched the palette, but you know what? It was totally worth the wait, and I can't wait for you guys to see what's inside. But before we get into the Lilac palette, I want to show you NORVINA's world. This is the entire world and the inspiration for the Lilac palette. People always ask me, what inspired you? What were you thinking of when you were making these colors? And this is it. I always say that I have a hard time kind of speaking what I'm thinking, but it's always easy for me to show you a picture. So I'm hoping that I can convey the inspiration for the colors, the vibe, the feeling, and the looks that you can achieve with this palette in my world. So let's take you on a tour. Come on. First and foremost, I love an arcade. I've always had some touches of an arcade in my shoots. Gotta have that lilac sprinkle, some stuffed animals in there, the games. It's very cute. It's got all my favorite things in it. But in any world, there needs to be some business. So of course I have my office. So over here, this is where I go upstairs and I handle some futuristic business. This just gives me like that bad bitch serious vibe. I'm really intense, but cute, office ready. You can't have Fun Street in the future without a club. This is where you come in, have a good time, have a little pink moment, take some amazing pictures with your friends. Now let's go to everybody's favorite place, the Chinese food restaurant. One cute thing to note is that Daniel called it Dada's Kitchen, which is my grandma's name. It's really, really personal to me, every single little piece in this place. And as you keep walking down the street, you go down to the subway. The way I looked at every single piece in this set is not only is it like a virtual video game for me, and it's like the perfect set to show you how I'm feeling about the cyber world and about the Lilac palette, but I feel like you could very easily segue into any of these areas and just go into that world. And you never know what might be behind the door. So now let's talk about this palette. I really wanted a wearable, everyday, 2-night palette that pretty much started out with the strongest note being lilacs and purples, my absolute favorite color. But then again, I really wanted this to be wearable, pretty, girly, super fun, and have a broad range. I really don't want to make a one-note palette. And what does that mean? It's all many different versions and variations of that color. And while that might be pleasing to the eye, it's not really practical when it comes to creating looks and having dimension and really range. So you need colors that support all of these purples and things that are happening all around, so you can really show multiple ways that you can wear these colors regardless of your eye color. Everybody always talks about how much they love the white from the Volume 1 palette, so I had to bring it back. That's the first thing you're gonna see is the matte white in A1. You need that white, especially if you're gonna create a lighter version of some of these purples here. So if you want this pop of lavender, for instance, you would just either use B2 or maybe mix it with a little bit of A1 and just change it up a little bit. So just to talk about the matte lilacs and purples that we have in here, you've got B2, which is your pastel lavender. It's such a beautiful color. I'm wearing it right now on my waterline. You have C3, which is a true lilac. It's a cooler tone. It retains that richness even after you've blended it out. Next, you've got D4. This is a true violet. It's got all those magenta undertones. It really pops on any skin tone. And then you have D5, which is starting to go more into the berries of the violets. And that's another gorgeous color that blends super beautifully with all browns and taupes for a more neutral or even more of a smoky eye. One of my favorites in here to really kind of support the lilacs and the purples is E2. It's the most gorgeous blush rosy pink. I wanted to provide a lot of shimmers with this palette just because you have really, really strong mattes, and then I wanted variety. B1 is an incredible color. It's an amazing like inner corner highlight. It's so sparkly. It's like our iced out highlighter in a shadow, basically. Now, C2 is unexpected, and I'll tell you why. Everyone will think, oh, it's just silver. But what I did was I worked really hard on this to create a lilac undertone. It's a warmer, nicer silver that doesn't look so harsh like a white silver, or it doesn't get dirty like a yellowy silver. D1 is a really warm, deep copper. I feel like you need a color like this if you want to have something sultry for nighttime and really amp it up so not everything is like cyberpunk. D2 is the only pressed glitter that I did. I feel like if you've just run out of ideas, this is such an easy way to just pop over any of the colors and you're good to go, and it's fun and it sparkles. E3, an absolutely beautiful lilac lavender color, but what's amazing about these pearls is that they're so silky and so creamy that the color looks wet. It's like majestic. Thanks so much for watching and taking a walk with me in NORVINA world. I hope you enjoy this palette as much as I do, and I will see you guys next time.